Up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Let's start off and just tell us about the character and like how do you know just how he fits into the whole universe of Kick-Ass.
Well, you know, he's not in the original comics, which I feel incredibly honored that Jeff Wadlow wrote me part just to have me in the series. Because I love the first movie, man. The first movie blew me away with the vulnerability and the coming of age and the fact that these guys, when they want to be superheroes, they have no superpowers and they actually get hurt. That won me over, man. And the profanity and the hyper-violence was great. And so when Jeff called me up, I was like, I'm going to be a superhero, no fucking way. I was so excited, man. And I know I'm going to have superpowers. I want to have a costume. I'll shoot up steroids. I don't care. I'm not going to be, like, you know, badass. I'm not going to be, you know, pain in the ass. I'll take lard ass. I don't give a shit. Just give me a name. And he said, no, you're going to be yourself. I was like, that's not fun. But it was great because Chris and I created sort of this Batman Butler outfit kind of thing going on between the two of us. And my character basically is a bodyguard of the family. And when the father dies, I become the mom's bodyguard. And my job is whoever is last standing, I have to bodyguard. So I am basically his guardian. And his surrogate father, so to speak. So I try to talk him out of being a villain. And he won't listen to me, so now I got to just do what he says. So I try to make a man out of him, because you know his body type. He's not the perfect villain. He's a little underhealthy, and so I take him to Chuck Liddell, Iceman, MMA, UFC. You know what I'm talking about?
Himself in the movie?
Yeah, and he trains Chris, but it doesn't work. So now I have to gather a posse for him, a villain posse to support him.
Maybe you'll get a costume in the third movie.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I can't be a spoiler, but I'm kind of the catalyst, the emotional catalyst for why he goes from redness to motherfucker.
You mentioned the hyper-violence that you liked in the first movie. I know there's been a lot made about Jim Carrey's comments about the violence.
Well, he's wrong. He's not wrong.
Right.
He's right. I mean, the movie is incredibly violent, man. And this was even more violent than the first. Yeah, and that's what I love about it. What I don't understand is Jim. I gotta be straight up, Jim. Come on, I love you. You're the best. You're the funniest. You did a great job. When did you find out that it was too violent? I mean, you saw the first one. You read the script. You knew what was coming. I don't understand when you flipped. But so be it. He did a great job anyway.
It's been over 15 years since Spawn came out, so that was
and 12 since Mario Brothers.
Right.
Another big content.
And I know, like, Spawn was one of the first, like, comic book movies.
Dude, Spawn, you have to tip your hat, your cape, whatever, to Spawn, because the comic book industry was dying at that time. And Todd McFarlane reinvented comics in a more violent, aggressive, dark, vulgar, with profanities. He was the first and turned the whole thing around. And so if you love comics, you got to tip your hat to. Plus, the first black superhero. Come on, all the love, man.
But so, like, I feel like it's kind of come full circle now. You have the same kind of really violent, you know.
Well, he started that. And that's why comic books are successful, because of Todd McFarlane and Spawn.
How do you think that comic adaptations, like films, have changed since then?
They definitely, well, they learned that they could go to the whole profanity thing. I mean, you can go darker, you can go edgier, and the audience really wants to go there. I mean, Spawn was a great movie, you know, man. I really think it was great. I think we ran out of money because it was a Latin man and a black superhero, and New Line, I know, got scared of the budget. They were afraid that white America wasn't going to support it, but they were wrong.
I know you brought up Super Mario Brothers, and I tweeted to my friends that I was going to
Luigi Mario
today, and everybody's question was, ask about Mario Brothers. What I'm going to know. So this maybe, I mean, it's been 20 years, right? Since that came out. Can you just talk about, like, your experiences in that, and also like the legacy of it?
It's incredible. I mean, it was the first super video game movie. So it was tough. Nobody knew, how do you make one? How do you do it? Who are you talking to? So it was really complicated because we were trying to shoot a more R thing. It's the opposite of Spawn. Much more R. And Disney really balked at it because it's really a much younger fan base. So that was an interesting battle. That's the first time that that people wanted to go R when it was soft. And in Spawn we wanted to go R, and the studio wanted us to go soft. So it was interesting, man. It was an interesting battle. But I had a blast with the cast. Fisher Stevens is still my friend. Samantha Mathis is still my friend. Richie Edson. Bob Hoskins, I don't really see much. He's on the other side of the lake channel. But you know, a lot of kids run up to me like you and younger, and they love it. My kids loved it. So you know, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. No regrets, my friends.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting movie. It has like those political undertones to it, which you wouldn't expect.
They added a lot of stuff. I gotta say, Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Martin. I take it back. I'm sorry. I know. I respect you now.
I mean, just looking at your resume, you have a lot of varied. You started off as a comedian, but you have like a really varied film roles. You worked with, you know, Baz Luhrmann's Spike Lee a lot, and I saw you in the new Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's The Counselor, right along with Kevin Hart coming out January. Okay. And now I'm shooting The Chef. Okay. With Robert Downey and Scarlett Johansson.
Right. So it's a lot of different, you know, played a lot of different genres and stuff. What attracts you to a film role? What do you look for?
I'm looking for content.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking for a couple things. Content, what are you trying to say with it? Quality of the writing. As long as you're trying to think outside the box and you have something to say, I'm with you, you know. And then, you know, give me a role that I can still respect myself after it comes out, you know.
Right. I also Spun is one of my favorite movies. I thought you were really great in that.
Kick-Ass for some reason reminds me of Spun.
It's like the same kind of like manic energy.
Manic energy, the same kind of sort of underdogs. You know what I mean? Misfits, outcasts. You know, it's got a little bit of that same kind of audience. That same kind of audience that they touch.
Yeah, we actually had some Joe Blow followers asking about some Joe Blow followers on our site asking about The Pest, if that was going to come out on Blu-ray anytime soon.
You know, I've been asking Sony to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get them. I mean, I know it's got a big cult following too. I'm trying to get Sony to do it. Maybe you guys can help me.
Yeah.
You guys email, call, Twitter, and get them to release it on Blu-ray, because I get a lot of fans on Twitter asking me.
Is this your first Comic-Con that you've been to? Or?
No, I was here for Spawn.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, 97. No, it was not like this. This is like on Bloomberg money.
Right.
This has crazy money, you know. It wasn't like this, dog. It was small, all indoors, just true fan base.
Right.
No gawkers, peeping toms, or voyeurs. Just the people who really knew about the comics. Loved them. This is like crazy money.
Yeah, I feel like a tilt-the-world over there.
Tilt-the-world, bungee jumping, giant monolith screens, you know. Thousands and millions of people.
So I guess you're a big comic book fan.
I am.
What's your favorite superhero? Who's your favorite?
Well, I'm not gonna go for superheroes. I gotta go for the type of book. Okay. That kind of nerd.
Yeah.
So you know, I gotta say, Dark Knight, Elektra, and Weapon X are my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy?
I like that he definitely went darker. Okay. I thought he was doing the actual Dark Knight. You know, with the old, but he didn't do it. So it was weird. I mean, I liked his dark tone. I just didn't see I thought it was going to be the graphic novel that I loved. So I was really confused. But I still dug. I liked it. I like Christian Bale's throat cancer voice.
Yeah.
That's a strangest choice, but I love it.
If you could work in another superhero film or like Marvel or something, is there a specific property you'd like to be attached to?
I like them all, but I mean, I definitely love X-Men. It's one of my favorite. I gotta say, X-Men is my favorite. I love to have Latin superhero represent. Because I mean, when I'm here at Comic-Con, I realize that 60% of the nerds are Latin, Black, and Asian. I can't believe it that this is what supports the whole comic book industry, and you know, we're really underserved, and somebody's got to do something about that.
Right. That's what they're pushing.
We got to boycott. We got to all the nerds, all my minority ethnic nerds. We got to unite.